Mark, Training Manager at Vera Control, and today we're going to install the VistaCam 1100, and that's why I'm dressed down a little bit for this video. But before we begin our installation, let's review the features of our VistaCam 1100. Dual lenses, daytime and nighttime lenses, and a light sensor to determine which lens we should use. Motion sensor, good up to 5 meters, 16 feet, so that you can configure your Vera control system to either take a picture or record anytime motion is detected. We have a microphone so that we can listen to what's going on outside, as well as a heater built into the camera, so during inclement weather, snow, ice, it will actually warm up the camera so that no snow or ice will be stuck to the camera, so that we can always see what's going on. On the back we have our plastic cap and a rubber grommet to keep this single wire connection watertight. It is a single wire connection, so we're going to put our power supply, like I showed you in the last video, inside. Now let's begin our installation. You thought I was going to be up the ladder and starting to do my physical installation now, didn't you? Just like in our locks how-to video, we want to do our inclusion process first. I like to have everything at my fingertips when I'm going through the inclusion process. I find it makes it go much more smoothly and much faster. So we want to make sure that we've got everything plugged up, that we've got all of our green lights on our Vera Edge, that our Vera Edge is plugged into our whole house router, into our internet connection, and then we can begin. So we go to add a device. From the devices screen or from the camera screen, add camera, and we follow the instructions in the wizard. So we start by pressing and holding the WPS button for less than 2 seconds on our VistaCam 1100 power supply, and it's going to turn orange, and then we press the WPS button on our Vera Edge. The last step is to name the camera and designate what location it's going in. Next we're going to mount the camera. Now you don't have to mount the camera first, but that's my preference. So I want to start my cable run from here and then run it inside rather than do it the other way around, because this is where I want the camera and I'm going to have to adjust my cabling accordingly. So you can either use the bottom, and there's 3 screws, and you can pop this cover off so that you can pre-drill and set your screws up, or a method that I like to use is to take a photocopy of the actual mounting spacing, so I can then put that up here and screw through this rather than just go through the hassle of doing it to my camera. So then the next step, once I've got my camera mounted, and make sure that you're using the proper fasteners. If you're mounting it into brick, make sure that you use masonry fasteners. If you're mounting it into your siding or into wood, use the appropriate screws or fasteners. Then after that, it's time to run the cable. And this can be really easy, or it could be a challenge. What you want to do is look at the features of your house in order to hide the wire. Now we provide you with around 5 meters of cable. If this isn't enough, there's a lot of sources where you can purchase pre-terminated or unterminated lengths of network cable. We recommend for long runs that you use category 6. And again, you can get it pre-terminated, but you want to buy it pre-terminated without rubber boots on the end, because that'll be a tight connection into the back of the camera. And then use the features of the house to actually hide your wire. So in my case, I'm going to run my wire, I'm going to tuck it into my siding so that you can't see it. And I'm going to do that all the way until I get to the access point into the house. Use the contours of your house. Take advantage of things like siding and places where you can tuck cable away. I've actually got network cable running all the way around this back door and along this wall, but nobody can tell because I've done a really good job of just tucking it up inside. If you're going to be running your cable along wood structure around your house, pick a cable that's paintable so that you can tack it in place and then paint it to make it more conspicuous. If you're going to be running your network cable in the ground, pick something that's labeled direct burial. That's meant to go in the ground. So what you want to try and do is find easy ways to get the cabling into the house. So here's one example. I've got a gable vent up here. That's a nice, easy way to get wires into the house. Here I brought the wire in for the rain sensor for my sprinkler system through an opening in the siding that leads above my garage. Now, I'm not telling you to do this, I'm not telling you not to do this, but I will tell you, make sure that you're using the right type of bit. If you're going through masonry, use a masonry bit. If you are going through wood, use a wood bit. Make sure that your bit is big enough. Make sure that you know that there is nothing in between the surface that you're drilling through and the other side, because you don't want to clip a wire or something like that, or a water pipe. That would be a disaster. You've already run your wire, one cable install. You've already paired your VistaCam 1100 with your Vera controller. All we have to do now is plug our network cable in, plug it into power, and it's good to go. The VistaCam 1100, I think, one of the best values in an outdoor camera ever made. Dual day and nighttime lenses, light sensor to determine which one to use, motion sensor, microphone, heated bezel, one cable install, one button press to connect it to your Vera control system. It's really easy. If you want to be the first to see these videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to keep up with what's going on at Vera, like us on Facebook. If there's something you'd like to see me talk about in these videos, training at getvera.com. And remember, at Vera, it's not about what we can do, it's about what you no longer have to do.